Hi all, Cynthia here from NB Pretty Papers up on the Crafty Maven Getaway channel today with a free flow Wednesday layout. You would have saw at the beginning that gorgeous inspiration piece, and it has that across the board. It seems to have no yellow, I don't think, green and red, and sort of obviously hints around the Christmas theme, and then they had that beautiful image of the red and green abstract. I don't know, to me it looks sort of like frozen ice with some sort of red and green underneath it. But anyway, so it's sort of from that image and obviously the colour schemes that I pulled from that, and it's Christmas base. So I've pulled out a couple of photos here from last year, and the paper pad is from a few years ago, so I used that for my 2015 December daily and I haven't looked at it again. So I pulled it out, went through the pad to have a look to see which paper I wanted to use, and decided to go with this one here because as soon as I put the photos on, that felt nice and light and bright and airy, and I really like that feel to it. Now I'm going back through the pad to have a look to see what I can mount it on. Thought about using that because the words are all the way around, but it just felt like it was too light still. It just sort of floated off again. Thought about that red there and that craft are the two that I and ah between. I do check out a few different other ones, but they're the two that I come back to. And in the end, I go with the craft. I feel like it just keeps it nice and light and bright, whereas when I put it on the red, it just seems really to draw your eye and make it that little bit darker feeling. That's me anyway. I'm not too sure what you guys can see, but that's what I saw. You would have also seen that I initially had 3 photos, 2 portrait and 1 landscape. And I intended to use those, but once I put them down on the page and I thought, well, what is it that I'm going to be journaling about with these photos? And I realised that I was going to talk more about Christmas favourites more than the actual day or this particular moment. Whereas these 2 photos are of our son opening his kayak, and the other photo was just before opening the presents. I decided to end up just going with these 2 because the third one didn't add any value to the page. So I've mounted them on white, and I'm then going to go through the scraps to see what I can put behind the image just to help it separate off the background a little bit. Then I try out a few different patterns, and I'm looking for something that's not quite as busy, also something that's a little bit light and keeps that sort of nice, I say, open and airy feel. But thinking about craft, because I'm mounting the background paper onto the craft, I'm thinking maybe I should back the photos as well on craft, and I leave that there for a little while. And I fussy cut out this craft tree to see whether I think it's all going to be a little bit too much, because I know I want to put a couple of trees down the bottom of the page, and you'll see in the end I put a whole lot more. So I'll fussy cut that out, and I decide that I think I will try to come up with a different background. So while I'm doing all that, here's the background that I decided to come up with. I put this green down, and I think that it's still nice and light, and makes it feel bright and airy still. So I put a little strip of that down that has some music on the background. I put the paper on upside down So the music and the words are all upside down, but that didn't bother me at all. I want to have that, initially have that little bit of a craft strip down the bottom, but I don't know why I did that because I totally cover it up, as you see. So I go through and I fussy cut out a big bunch of these Christmas trees, and I'll end up laying them right across the bottom of the page. So as I was saying before, while it's busy doing that, I'll read you what the journaling says. And it says, I love Christmas. From listening to carols to decorating the house, watching favourite movies, the sparkling Christmas lights, Christmas parties and our advent calendar. But the most joyous of all is spending time with the family and seeing the excitement, anticipation and wonder that occurs on Christmas morning. And as you see me lay my journaling strips down, you will realise that I actually laid them down in the wrong order. And so I go back before I take the photos and correct that, which is it was a bit tricky. I had to pull one lot up and put another lot down, but we got there in the end. That's so typical of me. If I'm not putting my words back to front or misspelling words, I lay my journaling strips down the wrong way. But that's okay. I deal with these things. So I decided to fussy cut out a little bit of this strip here because I felt the Christmas trees were just floating in midair, and I want to cut that out and give it a bit of a grounding. And I felt like that a paper looked like snow laying on the ground. But in saying that, I also tried to make sure there wasn't too many images on the page that had snow on them. Of course, I live in Australia. It's the middle of summer at Christmas, and it definitely does not snow. So I was trying to keep the snow themed to a minimum. Glue that down, then I come back in and glue the trees down again. Use a mixture of double-sided tape and my little trusty hot glue gun. And I don't think I make you watch me do all those. A little helping hand poking in there from the side. How's everyone going? Everyone crazily busy at the moment. It's getting pretty hectic here this weekend. I have, so this weekend's for us, Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th. And it was my work Christmas dinner, my husband's Christmas dinner. My stepson's down from the mainland with his family, so we are babysitting their kids tonight while they head off to a wedding. My son has his end of year drama play on Sunday, and there's also a family function day from my work on Sunday, so hence to say we're busy. Mind you, we're not getting to go to either of the Christmas functions for work this year, as the families decide to come down this weekend, so we won't be able to make it to those. Here we go, trimming up the journaling, glue that down, the wrong order, but I glue it down, and that comes to the end of the page. I do hope you all enjoyed watching this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if I don't talk to you before, everyone have a Merry Christmas or just a lovely holiday, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.